I will start my debate in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable adjudicators, respected proposition team, my name is Fiona Wianit-Gina and I'm from opposition team declare that I disagree with this motion, which is this house, as parents of a prodigy in a non-lucrative field, will prioritize developing the child's talent in that field over steering towards a more lucrative field. Ladies and gentlemen, here I would like to definition a little bit about this motion. As a parent of a prodigy, let's say, prodigy means that a genius student or a smart student like that, in a non-lucrative field. Lucrative field is something like, refers to a field that offers limited financial stability, such as academic or sports or classical art, something like that, and parents will prioritize developing the child's talent in that, which means lucrative field, over steering toward a more lucrative field. So parents will prioritize non-lucrative field more than lucrative fields. And lucrative fields means that something long-term stability and refers to a field that offers high financial rewards, strong income potential, and something like that, ladies and gentlemen. So I disagree with this motion, which is I agree with steering toward more lucrative things. But before I start to my argument, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to rebut the proposition team said. Academic is needed to progress the field. Massive investment is useless. Something like study sport and expensive coach with 3 people only, which is not related, and spend a lot of money, respect because of the money we give it to them, and not because of the breakthrough of academic. So I disagree with what you just said, proposition team. Are you really sure with that? Let's think about it. Yes, respected from a breakthrough is really all important, but academic can be just for experience, not to all the future. We need to be thinking more realistic and far to the future. Not all people who smart. I didn't say that people are stupid or something, but people smart in many ways, not people smart in one thing like academic, math, physics, chemistry. People can be smart in many things such as playing guitar, cooking. That means that they are smart too, right? Not all people can playing guitar, cooking, or doing math at the same time. So that's not good, but this is reality. We need to take a risk and invest to do something that really are crucial, ladies and gentlemen. And academic is for experience only. That experience plus investment, that it will be great. So let's move to the next argument, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, students can choose if they want to go to the non-lucrative field or lucrative field by themselves. Second, invest for the future leads to the victory, ladies and gentlemen. Third, experience is crucial. That's why starting is needed, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth, think about something more realistic for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, next, I want to explain about that. First of all, research said that students can choose what they want to be in the future by themselves. This is related to my first argument, ladies and gentlemen, which is students can choose if they want to go to the non-lucrative field or lucrative field by themselves. Students, especially teenagers, know about themselves more than people at the same time. Then people, what I means that parents, because sometimes parents force us to do something that we can't do, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we need to get it straight that we can do in this major and not major to our parents, so that we can understand each other and our parents not force us. Ladies and gentlemen, for example, I love to go to the law major because I love the prospect and how we do at the law major and study about that. That's really fun. But if my parents force me to do something like engineering or mathematics, I can't do that because that's not my major, that's not my field. I can't do that. As for this is related or not in the future, that means that we need to invest in something that we like it, that we as a student like it, not forced by the people to do something like academic because I love law and we are not studying law at school. That's why we need to invest something more in the future. Next, second, studies say that sometimes taking risks is needed for the future. For example, something like investment is really are needed in the future. We're not studying academic thing only, for example, like we're studying economic, but we can do something bigger and not only studying for the future. We can do something like investment in stocks, like that. For example, there are 19 years old students, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Sulianto Indriya Putra. He got his million in his 19 because he studied economic and do a Bitcoin on stocks from his phone only, and he can ride a private jet on his own in his 19 because of that investment. Even though at first he got a bad thing and his investment is failed, but he got a lot of money after that. So next, let's move to the third argument. Experience is crucial, that's why starting is needed. If we are failed in that investment, that's become our experience. Like I just said that earlier, ladies and gentlemen, that experience can lead to the victory. Like Sulianto earlier, he is failed, like he got, his money is lost, ladies and gentlemen, like 1 million, but after that he got more money. He got more than 10 million because of that loss, because he already learned, I shouldn't do that, I should do this in the future. And not only that, that's for example, and Sulianto learned that so that he didn't fail again and he can get a lot of money after that. That's why investment is really crucial, ladies and gentlemen. The last one is fourth one is because think about something more realistic for the future, not thinking about something that doesn't even related to the future, ladies and gentlemen. Think about something calculating and not gambling on something that really doesn't related, ladies and gentlemen. Studies said that success, to become a success, everyone needs a plan, not just a gambling. That's why plan in the future is really crucial, ladies and gentlemen. Not think about do something and don't have a plan, such as do academic thing and they just do academic and think, oh, with my academic smart I can do anything. That's not all. That's not realistic, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you smart at academic, but you don't have a strategy that you can do. You can't be success with that. That's different with people who are already got a plan on investing something and they did it. They got a lot of money after that. Investing, that's different, and that's better from people who just do academic without any plan in the future. That's why plan is needed and investment is one of the example. Thank you. That's all from me.